A dog festival, PETA is mocked once again, and TV for pets. On today's episode of 123 Jokes.
Welcome everybody to 123 Jokes, a competitive comedy podcast where we take 3 stories from the news, tell 3 jokes about each story, and decide who has written the funniest jokes. I'm Jeremy Martinez.
I'm Ricardo Leone.
I'm Bob Timmons.
I'm Carly Kastner.
And I'm Aaron Kraft.
Sharing a microphone because we got a packed house today.
Woo-hoo.
It's daylight out. From the Hyperbrole podcast, we have
Stefan Settanni
And Eric Hughes.
Thank you for being on the show, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Tell the listeners, tell the viewers what your show's all about, how long you've been doing it, what's going on with you guys.
Oh, well, thank you for asking. So we run a show called Hyperbrole Podcast. You pronounced it correctly, so thank you. It's the stupidest name that we could have thought of for a podcast.
I thought you leaned on the bro more. Hyperbrole.
Sorry, I just my Cottonwood accent from Northern Arizona is not very good. I don't enunciate very well.
The one that everyone knows.
You sound like you have cottonwood in your mouth.
I do. Yeah. It's an illness. But I was living in New York at the time. My brothers, they were living in not Cottonwood, Flagstaff and Phoenix. So we wanted a way to keep in touch with each other. And then I was on the train, long commutes, so I would listen to podcasts. So I thought, wow, why don't we start a podcast? So we did, and we got influenced by a podcast called My Brother, and Me.
Big fan.
Yeah. And so I was like, I have a brother and me, so let's do it. Then we started with that structure.
Good thing you had a me.
Yeah,
you wouldn't be able to do
that was
it.
the crucial
Were
ingredient.
you might be too young for this, I don't know your age, but were you into that show when you were a kid called Pete and Pete?
I love it.
Oh my gosh!
The Adventures of
yes.
Pete and Pete.
Pete and Pete and me.
Yeah. There you go. Sure. Yeah.
And already the strongest man in the world.
That's right.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So anyway, we started Hyperbrole, the brothers, and then we did it for about we have been doing it for about 2.5 years. Brothers lost a little bit of interest, so one dropped off completely. The other one, he's still in and out, but he does it once a month, I would say. And then I got some new brothers sworn in yesterday. Eric, he's been a co-host for about 2-3 months.
30-ish episodes.
Yeah.
But unrelated.
Well, I'm adopted now.
We didn't do the
they're
testing
related
yet.
now.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
Did say sworn in, right?
So how do you
Hand on Bible.
Yeah.
how do you two know each other?
Through stand-up comedy, we did a writing workshop, and
You didn't meet on like a family member app or anything?
No,
Looking
I
for
met
brothers?
others that way, but yeah, not there.
DNAmatch.com.
farmers only.
You swipe left if they don't look like you and right if they kind of look like you.
Yeah.
I did know of somebody who was on a dating app called Looking for Brothers.
Really?
Is it like a black dating app?
Yeah, that was my joke.
It's like that.
It was supposed
Yeah.
to be an inference.
That was good. But yeah, we met through stand-up, and I ended up quitting stand-up, so I don't do it anymore. I focus on the podcasting because I'm also not that funny. But Eric is really funny. He's continued it, and he's doing shows now. He's just...
Yeah, I've done it for about a year, so I still am a newbie in my eyes.
All right.
Give us a tight 5 right now.
There we go. Tight 5.
There we go.
Oh, that was
How much time we got? He just wants you to punch him in the face.
At least 5 minutes. I double dog dare you. First joke.
a
I can give you 5.
Okay,
You want 5?
here we go.
Do you want to stand up for it?
All right. So ever since I was, we're talking about growing up a little
Can
bit.
we do your opener?
Just
This
the
is,
opener.
by the way,
not 5 minutes.
the rudest thing you can do to stand
know.
up.
Yeah.
Do your
It's just like, hey,
He's game. He's loving it.
No, but when I used to do stand up and people found out, they'd be like, "Oh, what's one of your jokes?" And it's
Tell
like,
me a
"Go
joke,
fuck
yeah.
yourself." Like, come to one of my sets and you'll hear all of my jokes, asshole. Like, I'm not going to tell you one joke right now.
Like, what was one of your jokes?
Come to one of my sets.
All right.
kidding.
Sorry.
Okay,
Without
Eric,
further ado. He wants to.
I love how you decided not to just to say tell a joke. You're like, tell us the whole 5.
My favorite 5 right now is this one. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted my very own kind of like animal show, right? But then the crocodile hunter went and got himself murdered by a fish on TV. But then it hit me like a stingray bursting through my chest that there is another way. The David Attenborough way. Planet Earth. David Attenborough, 100 years old, safely recording a voiceover from home. Unfortunately, at 100 years old, though, any day now, he might not be available anymore, which means his job's going to be available, and I'm going to be the one ready for it. Every year, hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of snowbirds flock to the Arizona desert.
That's really
That's a really good
disturbing.
Yeah.
Disturbing.
Yeah.
And thank you for doing that in a borderline abusive tactic from Rick. I mean, we really
He shoves,
appreciate
I'll
it.
shove back.
He gives me a hard 5. I give him a hard 10.
I am really hopeful that you'll do all your jokes in that voice. That was amazing. All right, are you guys ready to get into round number 1?
Let's do it.
Right. I think
All right. Round 1. There is a festival every year in Nepal to thank dogs for being our friends that I am desperate to go to. Are you eating a Thin Mint right now, Rick?
Rick really leaning into the abusive tactics here.
My paper's kind of crumpled.
If you hear Rick eating, that's just the sound of him supporting the kids.
Well, Bob might edit that out because I was crumpling my paper in the microphone to mask Ricky's slobbering over a Thin Mint. And now he's drinking a Bud Light.
Also supporting the kids.
Yeah,
those
we're
things really
sponsored
go
by
well
Budweiser
together.
and Girl Scouts of America.
Nice combo. I like that.
Since ancient times, dogs have been considered man's best friend, as they love us unconditionally, adore our presence, are not demanding, and remind us to appreciate even the smallest things in life. Every year in the fall, millions of Hindus in Nepal celebrate Diwali, a festival of lights. In Nepal, a part of the Diwali celebration is an event called Kukur Tihar, or Kukur Puja, which is dedicated to dogs. Is it? Did I say that right?
Stefan,
Said it
please.
perfectly.
Probably not.
I think that's right.
He just thinks they talk funny over there.
This Tahar celebration lasts for 5 days. On the second day, they worship dogs by offering them delicious foods, adorning them with flower garlands, and marking them with the tika on their forehead. This celebration is not only for the dogs fortunate enough to be pets, but stray dogs are cherished with the same praise. This is so cute, you guys. The royal treatment of dogs is based on a belief that dogs are the messengers of Yama, the Hindu god of death, and it is a way to appease the god. The dogs are also mentioned in the Hindu text Mahabharata.
You got it.
Yeah,
Perfect.
in
Flawless.
which Yiddish Thera, the
Isn't
king
that a
of
U in there? Why you?
Yiddish.
Yeah, Yiddish Thera.
Yiddish. Yep. I said Yiddish because I'm Jewish.
Right. Isn't there a U in that?
Yiddish Thera, the king of righteousness. He didn't want to enter heaven without his furry best friend. Fitz,
So he went to hell.
my dog.
Where all dogs go.
Yeah. I tried to get my dog on this episode, but they nixed it. So all you watching, if you don't see my dog, that's because the people around this table are cruel.
Well, it's
and
also
mean.
because we have a small table with 7 people around it, so we're just going to put the damn dog on the table, I guess. I don't know. Jeremy, if you please.
Sure. All dogs are celebrated in the Nepal festival, except the most historically villainous dogs, English setters.
Oh.
Yeah.
Get it? That's a breed, and that's
Yes.
that's
yes.
history.
Yes.
English settlers.
English
Breed
setters.
and history. What a combination.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog, crying all the time. You ain't. Oh, sorry. You ain't never caught a rabbit, but you're still valued and worshipped for the love and compassion you provide in your beautiful and divine creature.
Oh, how is that ever a hit?
Nice tremolo though on the voice though.
Tremolo.
Yeah, you had some waviness.
I thought that was called vibrato.
Yeah, I thought it was vibrato.
Whatever.
I like tremolo.
The sharing the mic thing's going to be difficult.
I like tremolo is like a violent gang of Elvis enthusiasts.
I'm pretty sure
Tremolos.
tremolo is that chocolate candy with the caramel in the center.
Toblerone?
Oh, okay. I was lost on that one.
You should get those next time.
Okay, next time.
Yudhishthira, the so-called king of righteousness, didn't want to enter heaven without his dog. It's so annoying when someone brings their, quote, therapy dog on an astral plane.
All right, Stefan.
All right. So Hindus believe dogs are the messengers. I'm really good at reading. Hindus believe dogs are the messenger of the god of death, especially Hindu mailmen.
Eric?
During the festival, you're not even allowed to fend off leg humping. It's forbidden. And therefore, we recommend you don't wear shorts.
We're asking for it.
Sexy shins.
They have the same rule at all the Trump rallies that I've been to.
Mine's a little similar to Eric's. The fifth day concludes with the highlight for both humans and dogs alike, the humping of the legs.
Nice.
What is it, Lassie? Timmy fell down the well? Yeah, but what can I do for you? Do you need anything? Some kibble? A squeaky toy? How about some water? I know of this amazing well where it just has the clearest and most tasty water, and it's like freezing cold. I'll just give you a quick 30-minute massage and another 30 for grooming, and we'll head right over. The well was cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Timmy's dead.
Timmy's dead.
Thank God. Stray dogs are also given the royal treatment during the festival. The country goes through so much spaghetti and meatballs during Diwali.
Dogs receive flowers as part of the festival, and if the bachelor does not give them a rose, they cannot sit and stay.
Bachelor's getting a lot of heat on this show over the past few episodes.
Well, we were actually talking about The Bachelor before.
No more.
Oh, well, I thought this was appropriate because I said I feel like I'm on The Bachelorette right now because I'm sitting in a table with a bunch of guys and just me, and there's food on the table and no one's eating it. And if you watch The Bachelor, no one eats on that show.
When they all sit
I
around
think
the
Rick
table.
was eating, and then you shamed him.
No, Rick was
that's what's
eating
off
before the camera was rolling. Once the camera
probably
rolls,
what
Look at him. He's eating a lot.
if you watch, you know. They get it. They get
Carly,
it.
I think this is more like The Accused.
All right, Eric.
Everybody's going to Google that. Everybody's going to Google that after the show and have a good laugh.
And see how much food they eat
I
on
think
it.
there's too many guys around this table for it to be The Accused.
Oh, Carly gets it.
Yeah, there's only like 3 of them, right?
I don't know.
I just
You don't even get it.
I just watched that movie with Jodie Foster, right?
Yeah, with Jodie Foster.
Sorry, Eric. Sit back for about 5-10 minutes.
Yeah, and I don't have a pinball machine.
We could get one.
All right, Eric.
All right, little known fact. The Indian Dog Festival is actually how they first domesticated the wolf. It's how we go from gray wolf to the triumph that is a Chihuahua.
How come that was in David Attenborough speak? That's how we got the bloody Chihuahua.
That was perfect.
Yeah, wouldn't change a thing.
The Chihuahua continuously yips for no reason.
Oh, you got some competition.
Not strong competition.
Well, if he dies, I might as well audition as well. So,
We'll have an Attenborough.
I mean, an Attenborough. Dogs are the messengers of Hindu god Yama. And so, festival... Sorry.
Get choked up.
Dogs are the messengers of the Hindu god Yama, and so the festival also celebrates Yama's defeat of his archenemy, Cruella de Vishnu.
Jesus.
Nice.
Cruella de Vishnu.
Oh, I think I saw an advertisement about this on Craigslist. I think it was a dachshund servant. Well, you had to get a collar and a leash. Oh, no. A wiener slave.
You know that's like a last name. Like I've heard of that as a last name, Wiener Slave.
I think, yeah, I've heard that.
What is this? Wiener Schlavi?
Yeah, but it's pronounced Wiener
Wiener
Slave.
Slave.
Wiener slave.
I think it's from a TV show.
It's gotta be. I've heard that before, and I laughed. Yeah.
Yeah, when I said it, I was like, oh, wait. Is that something?
This one's new to me. Sorry. People are allowed to celebrate dogs even in Kathmandu, a city known mainly for their love of, you guessed it, Catman hybrids.
Nice. People give treats to dogs during Kukurtihar, but I love...
Fuck you.
My wife is Indian, so I totally kidding.
You could have told me that before I read the story.
Okay. But I like to wait until the day after when they're 50% off at CVS.
The dogs actually inspired Tolkien during writing The Lord of the Rings of the Uruk-hai.
What?
That went so over my head.
I missed
Sorry,
it.
you're surrounded by jocks here, so you're going to have to explain that a little bit.
You've seen Lord of the Rings?
Yes.
No.
Lord of the what?
You know the muck monsters that are coming out of the ground and they're slapping colored paint on their face?
So that'll do it for the jokes in round one.
The orcs, right?
The orcs. Are they orcs?
Yeah.
Orcs, yeah.
I was trying to... Speaking to someone who had never seen it.
The way you guys feel when I talk about The Bachelor is how I feel right now.
We talk about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I don't know what it is.
But that will do it for the jokes in round one. So we're going to go to our resident judge, Aaron Kraft. How do the points shake out in this round?
All right, some highlights here. Jeremy, Corella de Vishna landed very well with the audience and the judge.
Oh, good. I win. Thank you, guys.
That settles it.
Is that a wrap?
Yeah.
That's a wrap, guys. Let's go. Rick's second joke about falling down the well was actually really funny, but I think you got a little greedy because you kept going.
I have to agree with the judge on this one.
Well, we all laughed.
Yeah.
When you know, you're like, who cares about Timmy? But then, but it's still funny. I'll still give it to you. Audience and judge.
I wanted to paint a picture, a scene, tell a story.
A very long, rambling picture.
Yeah, you ran out of paint at the end. It's just kind of getting
Long,
streaky.
like a deep well. No. Like falling down a deep well. Some highlights from Bob. The astral dog, first joke. That was really
Astral
funny.
dog, yeah.
Well, astral
good.
plane dog. Yeah, I don't know. But,
That's a good joke.
and then
I didn't understand it, but it was funny.
it's a lot to write down in a little space here. Joke good. And Catman hybrids hit well with everybody, so very good there. Stefan landed all three.
Stefan.
Ooh.
Stefan,
Wow. You just made me more chic. I love that. Stefan.
You're Stefan from now on.
Yeah, this
Oh,
cute.
yes.
Does that make you angry if someone mispronounces a Stefan?
Do you want to hear the truth?
Yeah,
My
yeah.
real name? It's Steven.
Okay.
But then Family Matters, I had a moment where I thought I was too dweeby, so I tried to do Stefan, where it's kind of spelled the same. Yeah.
So I built this chamber.
Yeah, I was going to say, did you also go into the chamber and
a
change
lot
your
of
clothes?
work was done. Yeah. It was a lot of work. But anyway, Stefan works too.
Stefan?
Yes.
So I'll probably forget the next round.
That's fine. Everyone does.
I'll revert to the mistake. But your 50% off CVS was my personal favorite among the three. So
Thank you.
they're all good. And Eric landed the first two, leg humping and the wolf to Chihuahua. I thought that was good feedback, though, of using the Richard Attenborough voice
David.
for that.
It's David
David?
Attenborough.
Who's Richard
Yeah.
Attenborough?
His brother.
Oh, the guy
Spare
from...
no expense. The Jurassic Park
Oh,
guy.
are they different?
They're
I thought they were the same.
You're thinking of Stefan Attenborough.
Wow. Well, okay. Educational podcaster. And then, unfortunately, the last one was good, but it was over everybody's head. Not your fault.
No, it was.
Totally your
I'll
fault.
take full blame.
Absolutely your fault. So, just based off the numbers alone, I'm going to go with Stefan for the first round.
Oh, wow.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And a round of applause.
Do I have to say something? Speech?
Sure.
Yeah, if you like.
Okay. I'm good. No. My type 5.
But you have
guys
to do
good
it
for
in
that?
the voice of Richard Attenborough.
And he grew up in the Midwest, I think, so his accent's way different.
Nice. I thought he was Scottish.
Welcome, y'all, to Jurassic Park.
No DNA.
I'm detecting like Minnesota or Wisconsin in there. All right, so I think round two. Or does that sound good to
Sounds
everybody?
good.
Sounds
All right.
great.
Round 2. for calling pet a derogatory term. This is so stupid. Sorry, everyone. Not only are you walking your dog wrong, you're referring to them wrong, too. The People for Ethical Treatment of Animals, PETA, has sparked some backlash after a spokesperson for the animal rights organization called the term pet derogatory, claiming that it patronizes the animal. On the daytime television program Good Morning Britain, Jennifer White,
Formerly called Good Day, Governor.
Jennifer White of PETA attempted to explain the group's position on the word pet and suggested it should be switched with more inclusive terms like companion and human carer. Hi, I'm Fitz's human carer.
You say it like that. Carer.
You say carer.
Carer.
Yeah.
You're saying carer.
It's also
Human
not really a word that
carer.
gets used a lot.
Carer.
Caregiver.
Carerist. Yeah.
Carer.
A lot of people at home who have dogs or cats will call them pets and refer to themselves as owner. And this implies that the animals are possessions, like a car, for example, White said on the show. When you refer to animals not as the living beings they are, but as inanimate objects, it can reflect our treatment on these animals. The crux of White's argument hinged on her belief that referring to an animal as a pet creates a perception of that animal being disposable, a point she tried backing up with a seemingly non-related point to that people who are gifted pets for Christmas return them to shelters by January because the novelty has worn off.
Oh.
That's actually really upsetting.
Yeah.
I'm Sarah McLachlan. This stance for PETA, however, is not new. In 2018, PETA was also mocked for trying to change common phrases like bringing home the bacon with non-meat ones, like bring home the bagels, which I think is racist to Jews. Among others. Language is always evolving, White says during the program.
All right, Ricky, you want to start us off?
People for the Aggressive Treatment of Humans, or PATH, call for the term lover to be replaced with the more appropriate term, worthless cumsock.
They are aggressive.
Come here, little worthless comes up. Come here.
You guys don't know Lord of the Rings?
Well, that director's cut was really something, huh?
Peter Jackson, man.
Language is always evolving. That's not my pet. That's my roommate who licks his own asshole.
You just made me think of a really good burning question.
Okie doke.
Who here licks their own asshole?
Ooh, spicy.
Now think about it.
They decided to change the title of the movie to The Secret Life of Companions, and it immediately got an R rating.
I like that.
The Secret Life of Human Carers.
So, I mean, because we really need to help the dog that's licking its ass for hours on end to feel more included, right?
No, I'll call them what I want. I work hard to provide them a good life. I'm the one bringing home the organic plant-based meat alternative. So fuck off, PETA.
The folks at PISS, People for the Incessant Spewing of Semen, call for a unifying term to apply to all fluids that come out of the male's urethra.
Oh, boy.
They're an organized group? That's interesting.
2 semen jokes from Rick so far, too.
Yeah, pretty
Keep
low.
them coming, I guess.
No wonder my cat sleeps 16 hours a day. He's depressed from low self-esteem.
Your cat.
This isn't the first time PETA has complained about the way we talk about animals. And at this point, I think they're just beating a dead horse.
I think that was one of the phrases they wanted to replace, wasn't it?
Probably.
Oh,
I can't remember what it was, though. All right, continue.
PETA kills mosquitoes.
Do they?
You would think.
Fake news, everyone.
On paper, there's a little ellipses. It's like, you would think. Yeah. My guess is, yeah.
Okay,
Let's
PETA.
find out.
Okay, PETA, sure. It's derogatory. So from now on, I'll just say I'd rather be playing with my girlfriend's P word.
Oh, boy.
Your girlfriend.
Her P word. Her pet. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, no.
And finally, Petty, or People for the Ethical Disposal of Infants, call for, oh boy, I'm not going to touch this one. No way, I'm not going to do it. You know, they're going to call, you know what they're going to call? You know what they're going to call? Well, I don't know what they're going to call for.
What's happening?
It's frustrating me so much because I'm just not going to touch this.
Don't talk about it.
I don't know what they're going to call for, but we should call the police.
I can't tell if that was part of the joke or not.
It was not.
I was hoping for more of a payoff.
See, Rick, again, you got the laugh with your messing up the joke. Just get out. Has anybody asked how the animals feel about it? Maybe it's time we grab a jar of peanut butter and have a conversation.
We could have done that today with Fitz.
Enough with that damn dog.
He's so cute, though.
You know what? I'm going to open the door and let him out.
Forever.
Yeah, front door.
It's going to be weird the next time I'm on Pornhub and have to search for heavy companioning.
Searching heavy petting on Pornhub.
This is a junior high porno for junior high.
It's a starter kit. Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts.
Right.
I don't know what this other stuff is, but I know what heavy petting is, and that's hot.
Well, the porn for heavy petting just comes up when you Google, what is heavy petting?
Touch a girl's bra.
Oh, that was enough for me.
I'm done.
Starting next week, PETA calls for animals to be allowed to pick their own name.
We're gonna get a lot of roof.
So making pet...
Sorry.
like-
What is it? Ralph? Ralph? Ralph?
Ruth. Stefan.
He's like, I mean, Ken. Ken is what I'm saying.
Making pet a derogatory term will also make kids suddenly start mocking and bullying the kid with the high honor of being the teacher's favorite.
Teacher's companion.
Teacher's companion.
That's what I search on Pornhub. Actually, didn't need to clear my throat.
Eric, can you get on the mic a little more? Yep, thanks. Perfect. That's it.
That's it?
Oh, that's
All
it.
right. Oh, is that it? Okay. Know how's this is going here. Aaron Kraft, resident judge. What's up?
All right, some highlights from the round again. Jeremy, good day, governor, instead of good morning, Britain. That was probably the funniest thing
I've said all year.
the entire second round. But your last joke, I thought, landed well, too. Cool. So, some highlights there. And then, Rick, you had a Lord of the Rings riff that hit really well. And then, so what was the first acronym? The first one you did?
Path. People for the aggressive treatment of humans.
Now, is that going to turn things around here?
I'm just trying to accumulate these just as a record.
He's just doing the math.
The second one was piss.
Piss. People for the incessant spewing of semen.
Incessant spewing of semen. It just won't stop. And then
That's the dream.
the last one was
Petty. People for the ethical disposal of infants.
oh, okay, petty. I put T.
Oh, big mistake. You don't even want to know what that one is.
Yeah, I thought that was clever. That was good stuff. The acronyms. You probably could have just stopped with the acronyms. I don't know. And then
What worthless cum sock was pretty important to the joke.
I think he said stop with the acronyms.
stop with the acronyms. And then here we go, Jeremy riffing again. Good stuff.
Here we go again.
Bob, I have Lick's own asshole, low self-esteem.
That's his dating profile.
Aaron, do you mind if we do a little edit here?
I'm just trying to get up to speed here, Bob. You know.
You might have a typo or two.
Lick's own asshole, low self-esteem, worthless cum sock.
Well, no, jar of
Hey,
peanut
that
butter.
last one wasn't mine.
And then jar of peanut butter combo actually landed.
Well,
I just want to make sure I get it right.
I got news for you, Aaron. You got it wrong.
Sorry, Bob.
Last night, last night we were playing this game, and the part of the game is called Role Models or something, and it was supposed to like tell us what our personalities were based off of questions that we answered about each other. Do you guys remember at all what yours was?
No.
Sorry.
Do you remember? You were like a frog from outer space or something. I don't know. Never mind. Sorry, I ruined it.
We'll do a little edit point here.
I mean, we didn't have like a bunch of momentum after having a huge laugh. Or That's cool.
My bad.
I think people here get threatened when the judge says something funny, because there have been several times when I say something funny and Rick's like, no, we gotta cut that, guys. We gotta cut it out.
Oh, it wasn't you.
There's just times, and then college sweeps, and these are like microaggressions. I think.
Do you guys want to take a break and hash it out?
Is that drugs?
Aaron's got a humble brag thing. He's like, it's like every time I take my dick out, you guys are like, oh, it's so big.
But I mean, come on. No. All right, and then Stefan.
Thank you,
Stefan. Let's see, your second and your third one hit really well. We really riffed off the heavy companioning joke, so you inspired conversation there. So,
Stefan, an inspiration. Bob licks his own ass.
which is pretty inspirational because you tried to do that. Like, it's hard. Okay.
You had a goal and you went for it.
I can't do it though. That's why I have the low self-esteem.
Yeah. Or you do it because you have low self-esteem.
I don't know, Bob. Why do you do it?
Yeah, why?
Well, I guess you try to challenge yourself every day, and just try to do a little more,
Inspirational.
do a little further than you were before.
I like my own asshole because of my low self-esteem. Because nobody else will do it.
Oh,
another edit point. Damn, I gotta tell you.
And then last, Eric, your second and your third hit really well, and I actually thought your pick your own name joke was really funny, so I'm going to give you the point for second round.
all right.
Nice.
So where do we stand?
1 point Stefan, 1 point Eric.
Oh, cast of the
Home
show
team.
not doing well.
Oh man.
We need the rally from the crowd.
Bob had a good round, and then Jeremy's riffing was solid. Riff solid, his alter ego.
Makes another appearance.
A very popular character.
He's a dog that named himself.
All right, round 3. Let's do it.
For home entertainment. Welcome to the world of TV for cats and books for dogs. This is a story about Opie and Karma. Most days, the two cats cuddle on a bed at the home of Ray Till, a freelance creative director in Saratoga Springs, New York. Recently, though, they have been transfixed by the sound of chirping birds in the living room downstairs and the sight of blue jays sparring over seeds on the TV. Opie swats the glass, while Karma sits upright, a village sentry. What a storyteller this author is. Till says this is all thanks to...
I think Stefan was going to say shut up.
I was going to say I'm engrossed. No, this is great. Yeah.
He's like, I mean, it was gross.
Till says this is all thanks to Cat TV on Prime TV, a library of videos and movies featuring birds, squirrels, and other creatures that were made to entertain felines. Opie and Karma aren't the only ones amused. My in-laws were here recently and we put on Cat TV. Till recalls, this is what everyone with multiple cats sounds like. There were 5 adults, 1 child, and 2 cats watching. It was a nice meditative break from the daily news. And my daily conversations with myself. Get a dog, lady.
Jesus, lady, get a dog.
Pet owners have long turned to classical music and Animal Planet to distract overactive canines and bored kittens. But with the proliferation of streaming services, entertaining furry companions has gone high-tech. Last month, Spotify announced a new playlist for cats, dogs, and their musically inclined owners. Audible, the streaming book service, has collaborated with the dog whisperer himself, Cesar Millan, to recommend books for pups. Among Milan's recommendations is Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird, read by actress Sissy Spacek. Every dog's favorite actress. Milan warns that dogs need to be in post-exercise, relaxed state to respond to audiobooks. Adding that voice and consistency are important, along with sounding like the pet's owner.
You know Sissy Spacek from her iconic role in Carrie?
It's like Forrest Gump. Jenny.
John Knight.
Say it into the mic.
Sorry.
All right. I'll go first. A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. It was the best of times. It was the best of times. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
That's so
Oh, that's great. HBO is also jumping on the opportunity with their up-and-coming action series, Game of Bones.
That's kind of the show already.
Yeah. How much more titties you see when there's 8 of them?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Well, let's do the math.
So many more.
So when that's 8 of them.
Get the calculator out.
Netflix, more like Petflix.
It is more like that.
Anyone interested in some Netflix and pee on the rug?
I am intrigued.
I don't want to Netflix and chill with my pets. Who even needs the internet? What about a classic doggy porno theater? Who wants to watch the live-action Lady and the Tramp on Disney Plus when you can watch the live-action Lady and the Slut on the big screen?
Lots of edgy stuff from Ricardo. The book recommendations are carefully curated for the discerning taste of an animal that humps legs and eats grass.
And he's all done eating grass.
Cats also went into an uproar, or up meow, when they saw the tasteless portrayal of them by humans in Catface in the movie Cats.
The most adorable hate crime.
Yeah.
Audible now offers a playlist for your dogs that plays at frequency that only they can hear.
Nothing could ever make me hate my dogs, except maybe finding out that they binge watched 15 seasons of The Bachelor this week.
Hey! I resemble that.
A dog?
I wish.
She's a dog. Woof.
I mean that in the best way.
Yeah.
She's taking
Good
it well.
job, bud. Buzz?
You know when people ask you what your spirit animal is? Mine is a puppy.
Oh, I never would have guessed.
Yeah.
Not even like a grown-up dog, just like a baby dog.
Yeah, baby puppy.
Does that mean you're susceptible to parvo?
No, I've had my vaccinations. I'm like a 1-year-old puppy.
Still eats its own poo.
No, I'm house trained.
Do spirit animals need vaccinations?
Yeah, he's just a spirit animal. It's the spirit of the animal, not the physical ailments of the animal.
Yeah, my spirit animal is an animal just in really poor condition. It's like
An injured baby goat.
Bedridden spirit
it
animal.
has a cat hit by a car.
Yeah, my spirit animal has like a spirit kennel cough right now. From the spirit shelter.
Spirit animals come from the vet.
That is in the arms of an angel.
With all these streaming content services, I was able to cut the cord because dogs don't know it's not cable.
That's good.
Be aware of how much TV your cat is consuming. Too much TV and a poor diet could easily lead to Garfieldism.
Now when I want to try and watch Monday Night Football, I have to fight my wife and the cat for the remote.
New from Microsoft, the world of gaming comes to your cat with the Litterbox 360.
I recorded an audiobook to play for my dogs when I'm not home. It's called Shh. No. Hey, Good boy.
Who reads that one?
Well, the big one reads it to the little one.
No,
James Earl Jones.
Okay, cool.
But I'm also thinking your dog is just sitting there, and that is he's like, well, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah, this is James Earl Jones. I am looking for my toy. Have you seen my toy? It's my James Earl Jones.
All right, ended on a bang.
That's good.
Rick,
No, that's it.
was it? What was your third one?
Was dogs don't know it's not cable.
Then what was your second one?
That's porno theater.
Oh, porno. Okay.
You didn't write that
I
down?
didn't write down porno theater.
You're shocked and odd.
Oh, I didn't read my
Yeah,
first
yeah.
one. Okay, that's all right.
Because it started with me this round.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't read my first one on accident.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, all right.
I'm teaching my seeing eye dog to read Braille. I would just prefer us both to be blind. Maybe it has something to do with his uppity attitude about his vision. In any case, he's getting such a blinding.
I don't get that at all.
What's a blinding?
Blinding like your dog.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Did you see Slumdog Millionaire?
You poking it in the eye?
Slumdog Millionaire, they heat up the spoon and then they jab it in the kid's eyes.
What is wrong with
Did
you?
you guys see Slumdog Millionaire?
I have.
Oh, and it's a dog.
But that wasn't my takeaway.
Yeah, the takeaway is dreams can come true.
All right, we'll see how this
So you got to
affects the
swim
points.
through a literal river of shit.
Well, I regret asking Rick that question. All right, so this was actually a really good round. I gotta say, Jeremy and Eric were just going back and forth with the funny riffs and
another
jokes.
type 5.
Type 5.
Tight 5 between those two. Some highlights: Bob's dog voice at the beginning. The first time it was done,
That was my James Earl Jones, actually.
very funny.
Thank you.
I didn't get Garfielding or Garfield.
He's a big fat cat who watches TV.
Fat lazy cat.
Yeah.
Likes his lasagna.
Loves lasagna.
Were you improvising on like a name of an illness?
It's
It's the name of a famous lazy cat.
I get that, but
I think Garfield syndrome or Garfield disease, something would have. Yeah, that would have.
I thought
cemented
maybe
it a
there
little
was
better.
like Fielding syndrome, and he just had a guard to it.
well, it appears that there's no way I can save this, so we might as well just move on.
Well, that's not necessarily true, but it probably is.
So you
Sorry,
might
Bob.
concede your joke wasn't intellectual.
I guess not.
Stefan had Game of Bones and Cat Face as a second joke. Those are really funny, and those landed well with everybody. But yeah, Eric and Jeremy pretty much hit all three. Jeremy's second one not so much, but the riffing, the carry at the beginning was really funny. And then Eric at one point asked about being susceptible to parvo, which the more I thought about it, the more it made me laugh. But I didn't have a microphone to laugh into, so the audience won't hear the.
Now, is that a condition or like a cartoon animal?
Parvo.
Parvo the puppy.
What am I thinking of?
You're thinking of Pervo.
Pervo?
Pervo. Yeah. That's
The
it.
pervy robot?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
And then spirit animals come from the vet. That's funny.
That is.
So I'm gonna make this one a tie between Jeremy and Eric.
Okay.
Which
Wait, is that
means-
a half point each? Well, I guess it doesn't matter because
Well, it's a full point, but so Eric's got 2. He wins. Stefan 1, and Jeremy 1.
oh wow.
Good job, Eric.
So congratulations only to Eric, though.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, because Aaron, when you use the word "one," you mean the number 1, but it could also be considered like he won the episode.
I got really excited for a second.
You really fooled him.
Wait, is there like a secondary congratulations to Stefan for scoring a point this round? This episode?
Yeah, you won 1 point.
He won. He too. All right, congratulations, Eric, for winning the episode.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we're going to get into pugs, of course.
Yeah, Robert, I guess you and I just had a few stinkers. Your joke sucked. My joke sucked.
I'm gonna rub your nose in it.
Where was I? Oh, yeah, plugs, of course. But before that, we're going to go to Carly Kastner, see if she has any burning questions.
Okay, I mentioned it earlier, and for those who remember, I'm very excited to ask this question. So Robert made a joke about maybe calling pets your roommates, and someone posted something really funny on Facebook the other day, which is pretend that your pet is your roommate. What's the weirdest thing that your roommate does? So, like, when you just get, so for example, like pissing on the floor. But it's like, when you think about your roommate doing that, it's pretty funny. So that would be my question is, what's something that your pet or like someone else's pet that you've seen does that if it was your roommate would be very unusual?
Not pitching in on the rent.
My roommate wakes me up in the morning, so I'll feed him.
So this is what I think the weirdest thing that my roommate does. I'll go to bed alone, and I'll wake up in the middle of the night, and my roommate's in my bed.
Sounds like you love it.
I mean, it's so cute. But if it was like really a roommate, what the fuck?
Imagine if Carly talked to her roommate like she talks to this damn dog she has. That would be really, really creepy stuff.
Well, yeah, if I was just constantly walking around calling my roommate a good boy and saying I love you so much.
Yeah, that would be weird.
do the dishes once in a while.
Putting your roommate in a cage while you go to work.
Well, otherwise it's going to chew up the furniture.
I had a roommate that ate so much it died. Just like a pet goldfish. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
That's all.
I paid someone to remove my roommate's testicles.
Then you're the weird one.
It wasn't a lot of money.
No, more like that guy's like, my roommate paid to get my testicles cut off.
Sounds like a good roommate though. It's like, all
win-win.
right, I guess I'll go.
Well, I knew I had a long day at work the other day, so I dropped my roommate off at daycare. And he was so excited when I picked him up.
The one I got cats. So my roommate stares at me in the face as it's about to knock over my water.
He sounds like a badass.
Yeah. I don't fuck with him.
My roommate has fleas.
But what about your pet? Or your human carer?
Carer.
Do you give your roommate a shower?
They lick themselves clean.
They let me watch though, so that's cool.
I thought it was interesting. The article, the PETA article was like, you know, we don't want you to say that you're the owner of a pet because it's not like their possession like a car. And I was thinking like, maybe I treat my car better because like I actually wash it every once in a while.
No.
And I take it with me everywhere I go.
You shove kibble into the hood.
Well, it wakes me up in the morning, so I do that.
And you gave it nuts. Truck
I
nuts.
give it nuts.
All right. That'll do it for the show.
Wait, hold on. Do you think truck
Sorry.
nuts are a suitable replacement for when you get those chopped off like a dog? You could just put
them on the dog.
Yeah.
Put it on the tail.
Now, I think we actually considered a weird news story that was about that. Like the pet owners who got their
Yeah,
pets
that's
fixed.
right.
Yeah.
Implanted fake
Not
testicles.
implants, I don't think. I think it was like truck nuts, like you
strap?
strap it to the dog.
Actual, just hang it like a Christmas ornament.
yeah,
Phantom
basically.
limb syndrome.
I don't recall. I thought they. I remember them being.
Nice.
Yeah. I remember them being implanted, like, you know,
Nevertheless,
inside the scrub.
He planted them and they grew out of the ground.
Insurance won't cover it though because it's cosmetic.
Yeah.
I need these for health reasons. Mental health, of course. That'll do it for the show. Guys, tell the people anything that you want to let them know. If you're performing anywhere they can follow you online, where they find the podcast, etc.
Yeah, sounds good. Are you going to be performing anywhere, Eric, soon?
I don't have anything that I can talk about. That would probably be by the time this airs. But you can find me on Instagram at esotericaz
Nice.
or Eric Hughes.
And then you can find me at Settanni on Instagram. And then at Hyperbrole, you can find us on Instagram at Hyperbrole Podcast, hyperbolepodcast.com.
Hyperbrole.
Thank you. We need you on the show because I can't say it. So.
Do you want to take her?
Please.
We've just been fostering her, so she needs a forever home.
Searching for my forever podcast.
She's crate trained.
My roommate's on my podcast.
But, and then when is this episode going to air?
This will probably be 2 weeks from now.
Okay. So by that time, you guys will be able to listen to 1, 2, 3 jokes on the Hyperbrole podcast.
That's right.
All
So,
right.
Look forward to that.
out.
yeah, pretty cool.
Now you've got my attention.
Nice.
Link below.
But yes, we want to thank you guys for coming on the show once again. Make sure to take to the camera. We always forget.
Right here.
Aaron sucks.
God, I really hope you do.
Well, thank you guys for being
No,
on.
not because you suck, but it'd just be fun.
Sorry, we're going to keep going for about 30 minutes.
Excuse me, Aaron and I are talking to each other.
Sharing a mic, it's very romantic.
We're like Lady and the Tramp. This is the
Or
spaghetti.
what was your alternate version?
Lady and the Slut.
Which one of us is the slut?
I guess Aaron's the lady.
I was gonna say that if anybody else calls you the lady, I'll kick. No, wait, that's not right. What was that joke? Never mind.
You can find us anywhere that you find podcasts. We're here on YouTube. Of course, you're watching us right now. Please subscribe, share the show, do all that stuff. Comment, suggestions for stories. It really helps us out, and we'd really appreciate it. And live show at Chiba Hut in Mesa, Arizona, every second Friday of the month. So the next show will be March 13th. That's Friday the 13th.
Wait.
So come on out.
All right. With that, I'm Jeremy Martinez.
Parvo Leon. I'm Bob Timmons.
I'm Carly Kastner.
And I'm Aaron Kraft.
And for
I'm Eric Hughes.
I'm Stefan Settanni.
And this has been another full episode of 1, 2, 3
Jokes! You guys, look at Fitz behind Aaron.
Fuck that dog. Who
Can the
cares?
camera get him? Oh my god, he's so cute.